Hello, everyone. Hey, that's my first webinar in English, everybody. So I'm really happy today. First time in English for me. I hope I don't have a big accent and you'll understand everything I say. So
for sure, we are French first, as everybody can hear, but soon maybe we will have somebody fully English that will take part into our webinar sessions. Maybe I'm just saying it before he knows it, but like just for him to
maybe
know.
he can guess. So it's nice to meet you. Maybe you don't know me. I'm sure you already know Étienne. We'll present ourselves in just a few seconds. And first, I just want to propose first questions in the polls, just to know what is your profession and where are you from, just to get to know you better and know everybody. So while you're answering those questions, just let us introduce ourselves. We really wanted to share this webinar with you. Actually, we did this one in French yesterday about something that is really in the news for the past weeks a lot: artificial intelligence, open AI, and chat GPT. I'm sure you've heard of it a lot. And in the Hexfit team, we've been looking at that a lot too, because we are geeks. And Étienne here, a developer really passionate about those kind of technology. And myself, I'm very passionate in UX design and the way we can use technology to help us in the daily life as professionals. So that's why we wanted to share with you this subject, because we found a lot of really interesting information. And, well, Étienne will enlighten us with what it really is artificial intelligence and what's behind it, because that's a word we hear a lot. And maybe I will start with this first question, Étienne. What is really behind artificial intelligence? Because it's a big word, it's intelligent, right? But it's still a bot. So how does this work, and where did it start? And why do we talk about that so much in the past weeks?
Yeah, for sure. So, hi everybody. True, you maybe already know me, but Étienne, I'm the one of the programmer still today of Hexfit, the software for personal trainers, nutritionists, professional of healthcare in generals, and that's right. We are looking a lot to intelligent and artificial intelligence into Hexfit or anywhere else, just to stay at the end of the technology and always being the better that we can. And recently, we were not hearing about AI since a long time. And recently, we have it pop up everywhere. You for sure already saw it. Why? It's because we have the new version of ChatGPT. One of the company name behind is OpenAI, which is owned by like a bunch of big company like Microsoft, and Elon Musk is one of the investors that maybe you have saw. But so we have this new version that is a huge gap further than everything we already had before. He's just so much better than before. And I think this is why now we are hearing about it that much, because artificial intelligence, for everybody, we know this concept since a long time. I think it has been like brainstormed like at the same time than the internet, or close to the same time of the computers. It's just that it's a different way of programming. In programmation, normally we will say, okay, if this happened, do this, then verify this, then loop around this, then show this. Okay, it will be really binary. It will be logical. I will be able as a programmer to look to the code and know what will output. Compared to intelligence, artificial intelligence, it's a big name that we are putting everywhere, but at the end, it's maths. Okay, so there's nothing of intelligence inside of this. It's only fake, but it's a test or a try of faking the way our brain is thinking. but with maths. So if you want a computer to say, okay, this image is a dog or not a dog, you will send all the colors of every pixels of an image, and you will ask the computer to categorize it. And at the end, it will give you a number between 0 and 1, 0.71. That's a dog. That's it. So there's no intelligence truly there. There's only maths problems behind. And maybe before, because I see you have a question, why we're talking about it now, since it's existing since always, it's because we need a bunch of data for making this working. So if I want a computer to detect if this image is a dog or no, I need to fulfill this computer with a billion of photos of dogs. And before the big player like Facebook, Google, Microsoft, we didn't add those kind of data. But today, just with Google Photo, if Google want to try to create an algorithm that will find a dog in a photo, it will just take the billion of photos that you already imported for him.
What I was about to ask is still this artificial intelligence has a lot of data to work with, but it also learns from that data and the feedback of the usage, right?
Exactly. So it's just getting better and better. And like since a long time, we have understood analysis of data with AI. This was already great. Where we were lacking, it's the conversational kind of AI, like writing text or speech, text to speech, all of those things. And this is where ChatGPT is really good at. He's now able to translate, to talk, to debate, to a bunch of things that we will show you. And more we're talking with him, more he's getting better and better.
Yes, because as you said, ChatGPT is a new version of something that existed in the past and got just better because of the feedback with the usage when people said that was correct, that was incorrect, and the maths did the rest and say, in that case, I was wrong. So adapt. And then, and now we have a very intelligent chat.
And intelligent. So he is able to fake our kind of thinking and correction.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. That's really the gap. And that's where we are now.
So the second phase would be to see really how it works. I don't know if anybody here has already seen it, but we really wanted to show you the real life example of ChatGPT, and even we'll go to see the images after, just to show you all the strength. Maybe frightening sometimes. It really depends on everybody. For some people, it's really amazing. For others, it's just frightening. How it's able to react and answer and respond to a question. So here we are inside ChatGPT, Étienne.
Exactly. So maybe it's a different interface that you already saw. It's just that Hexfit, we are in the developer mode of ChatGPT. But this is the same thing. If you have already played or saw a video about it, that was more looking like a chat. It's more looking like a development thing, but it's the same.
Okay, so we'll ask.
And so where you're there, we can ask whatever we want. So if you have any idea of what you want to ask, you can tell us in the chat. But for now, I will say I'm a you are a trainer, personal trainer.
So you're talking to ChatGPT.
I'm talking to ChatGPT, as I will say
to anybody.
Anybody. There's some variation on how you are talking to him to have the best result. Like right now, I'm saying who you need to play. So you need to play a personal trainer. And so I will say, write a Facebook post to motivate my clients. Make it funny. And that's it. Enter. And so automatically it will create the post. He even put some hashtag. And there I didn't said that much. I just said right.
It's actually funny.
And
It's
he's
really
answering
funny.
me. He said, if you don't feel like working out today, just remember that all those sweet droplets are actually tiny tears of joy.
Yeah, it's
that's
strong. Can
actually
you try
funny.
something for me? Can you tell him that keep the same, you could have kept the same sentence, and tell him my clients are women and I actually want 10 arguments Instagram posts.
Instagram post with
10 arguments.
10 arguments for what?
To make my clients move.
At 10 with 10 bullet points on
move.
how to move.
Make it funny. I want it funny too.
Funny. And so it will give me the 10 arguments. And so this is really where we see the speed at which he's doing it, which is faster than anything we can do as a human. And then you can even, you can always talk with him more. So if you don't agree with the fourth one, I don't agree.
And
with the
can you ask him to add the hashtags?
One. Yeah, for sure. But please give me 3 other ideas.
Add hashtags.
And so he's giving me 3 different ideas to replace the 4. Add some hashtag. So ChatGPT is remembering the conversation I'm having with him. Okay? And so he just generated me the hashtag, he just generated me the post. I could say, put an introduction to this post, write a short intro to this post. And so I'm pretty much having my blog, my
it's really an amazing tool. Okay. And actually you can also talk to him and have argumentation and say,
totally. You could talk. Yeah. You could talk about anything. You could ask him what he think about dictature, and he will answer, and it will have some sense. You can even tell him, I will restart. You are a personal trainer. Create a training program to lose weight. And so it will create it. AI is already able to create training programs. Good or no, it's another subject, but he's already able. So the next question is really just, what are you doing to stay in the game?
Right. Well, that's really an amazing tool. That being said, maybe I will try to answer a bit of your question, and we'll develop that later on. But yes, actually, this program is just for everybody. Could you maybe tell him that it's a program for old people, just to make sure you have something more adapted? Because of course, this is like pregnant.
Lose weight is a really bad idea. And so automatically we'll create it. And I could even tell him like, oh, but I don't agree with squats in the context of a pregnant person. And he will argument and give me more details about why he put it. So I could say, squat is not recommended for pregnant persons, woman. Why you added it? And so squats are great exercises for as long as they are performed with proper form and with the guidance of a trained professional. Squats help to strengthen the leg, blah, blah, blah. So he's debating and adding me more information about
so depending on where you use that information, it's hard to say it's a bot, right? That is artificial intelligence. It's really well written, and And it's actually good advice because all the information taken from this artificial intelligence is all the web, all internet. And even if on the internet, sometimes you have bad information, I don't know how, but it can define which one is good or bad and have a pretty good opinion actually around it. Now, we've seen the text, and maybe we'll come back to that later. Can we see a few kind of examples on pictures and images just to show, because artificial intelligence has a lot of different ways to exist.
Yeah. Totally. And one of the other one that is just really bluffing. So this is why we want to show it to you today. Less important for our kind of job, so for our industry, but this is pretty much funny and impressive. So we could ask him whatever. There, I'm still on OpenAI company software for generating images, but there's other on the market, and their OpenAI is not the best one. There's another one that is clearly more bluffing, but we have choose for easiness to show this one because he's not that bad neither. But so I could say pretty much anything. Do you have any idea, Barbara? Of
I would like to see something running with big baskets, shoes. Well, something, an egg running in a city. Of a city, yes.
Which
pixel
style?
Art. Or Picasso. I hesitated.
And so we'll just generate.
So what's interesting,
and automatically then he will
I'm sure he will. What's interesting with it is that you will have an image that doesn't belong to anyone. It's just generated here by the AI, so it's free to use. It doesn't need to be bought or whatsoever. Maybe they will put an economical model behind this after, but they are still. It's nice. And you see, it's 4 different propositions that are given to you with the pixel and the color code of the pixel. I mean, it's really amazing.
Exactly.
And we could ask him for a Picasso style.
And we did a really short. Exactly. And we did also a really short definition, but like when somebody is really good at this, is putting so much information, like you could even say the color of the building, the light, where it's coming, you can say a bunch of details to have the best image ever.
So you could imagine an artist. Let's say we are an artist today and we just developed this, right? Even if we didn't draw ourselves, we use the AI to develop this art. And then we go to ChatGPT and we ask for the bot to build a text around the storytelling behind the definition and the symbolism of an egg running in a city. And he will build a whole text explaining how the artistic process is behind this. So there we have an art piece ready to buy with a story. How much is it worth?
That's it. And everything, and this is where we're going in our conversation today. This is where we want to bring you. We are on the value perception, and all of the debate, all of the discussion is what is the value perception of what is creating. Right now, it's just that it's a computer that created it. But if it's your best artist that is doing exactly this, he's generating his image like this, he's copy pasting it, and then he's writing his text for describing his artistic process with ChatGPT, how much do it worth?
To you or to anybody else, actually. Are people ready to buy this piece of art with this story behind? Because it's an artist who built it with an AI beside him. But still, I was the artist in this case. I built this egg running in a city. And I asked the AI to write for me the text of the story behind the egg. So still, it's something really existing now. How much is it worth? Are people ready to buy it? For this kind of art, I really don't know, but that's something that can have a value for some people.
Exactly. And in terms of competencies, just ChatGPT already succeeded to pass 2 of the 5 or 6 models of the bar exam, in US. So he succeeded to pass 2, like students, 2 of the 5 or 6 bar exam that you need to pass, model of the bar exam. So it's really impressive. And again, we are at the beginning of it, and we are with a model, ChatGPT, that is generic. ChatGPT is able to create a training program, but it has not been made for creating training programs. So imagine the same power, but made from the beginning just to create training program. And this is really where we are. And so what we want right now is just to show you that here's the situation, here's where the technology is, and we cannot expect the technology to go less great in the future. It will just go better. So if right now you say, but the technology don't have the nuances in the training creation, you are wrong in 2 years. Even maybe 1, we don't mind. The subject then, it's really where is your value for the next 10, 15 years? And this is what we want to talk
and
about.
It won't be less than that, and it won't stay put. It will evolve and quickly. So yes, that's a really a question that we need to ask ourselves, and not only for health professionals.
We have scared everybody.
Sorry?
No, clearly. Now we have scared everybody. Is the profession at risk? I think this is the next question everybody has in their mind. Is personal training at risk with AI?
So, and before we answer that, to my point of view, the professions are at risk. Oops, sorry, there's some French in it. Are content production, basic marketing and copywriting, and pure informative content, and basic technical support. As you saw, it's really able to answer this kind of production. So those kinds of marketing professions have to adapt and add value to their profession. So it's not basic content production won't be done by a human anymore. It's not efficient because you saw in 20 seconds, you have a pretty good Instagram post, but behind the Instagram post, there's a brief, and the brief of the AI has to be precise and bright. And this is where those professions have to evolve.
Exactly. You are saying it. Everything, normally we'll say everything that is more creative, that is more, I am saying it like this, will be harder to replace by AI, because at some point you need to input something into AI. So what are you inputting into the machine is what will give you an output. So every jobs that are too easy. So if I can just say pregnant, 8 exercise, 45 minutes, and it's generating me a program, this is easy. If I need to do the relationship, if I need to build a communication, if I need to adjust the training, if I need to motivate the client when he is more down, all of those things are harder to replace by AI. And this is then where you need to be. If right now you're just copy pasting training, you're losing your job in 1 year, because the AI is able to generate the training cheaper and faster than what you will ever be able. So use AI to accelerate yourself, to be able to concentrate yourself on what is creating true value at the end. So the answer, Barbara, I think it's no. Sport professionals don't need to worry, but they need to be sure of where they are and where their value is.
Right. And all you said, to my point of view, is good news. Because as a professional, that's why you chose that profession at the start. It's to change people's life and individually. So this is where your real human experience and ability it is into account, and the AI is here just, as you said, to accelerate you as a professional. So that's good news. Now how? We'll show you later. We got a few hints to be able to make the AI, the strength of the AI, an opportunity for you and a strength for you on your side. So first, see the AI as a personal assistant. It has to help you in your daily life as a professional. It doesn't have to be a competitor, right? So take it and put it beside you and make it work for you. That's something really important, and that really
just in detail. If right now you're trying to put AI as an opponent, you are losing the fight.
Sure.
That's sure. So it's really how you use it to your advantage.
Right.
Truly.
Follow each individual and adapt, because the AI won't be able to adapt to the daily life of your client, his personal challenges, his daily business, knowing what's going on and the emotions he feels. So follow everybody in the individual step.
Exactly. If right now you're doing like global tracking of a bunch of people for close to free, or if you are selling a training program at $20, those things are easily replaceable. We just saw that Netflix has generated a bunch of videos of training that you can use. Apple Fitness has the same. So right now, if you are into those kind of generic services, this is where AI is going, that's for sure. Compared to if you are in the individual small group training, there you are protected a lot more, because you are into something that is more valuable for the
client. And also, if you listen to them and you build the human relation and understanding, of course, that won't be done by an AI, for sure.
Exactly. If today your client is coming in the gym or in your clinic, and you're not adapting the training or the session based on if the client is tired or no, then you're missing something huge.
Also, develop specific expertise requiring adaptation. So there's always adaptation in it. Nutrition, the daily habits, health, and maybe even a lot more expertise that you can develop to be able to adapt your coaching on the 360 degrees horizon in your client's life. So that's not it. Yes, sorry, Etienne. I thought you had something to say.
Nothing to say on this one.
And also organize meetups and events and animate, build challenges, motivate, and your energy is, I think, a big strength for the health and fitness professional. And that energy can't be done by a computer, right? Computer can run music. It can talk some way, but the energy is not the same. A human needs to have a human energy, and your own energy is really proper to yourself. So build around that.
Exactly. And so at the end, we are just coming back to, if today you're just copy pasting a training, that's not the right thing. And you see it, what is your revenue like retention when you're just copy pasting a training with the person? What you need is all the relationship after. This is what is making you more into a protected area of the industry. More you're going with the volume, more you are in the same market than the big players and the AI. And so there you will have difficulties.
Okay, so now the main question for me, Etienne, is how do I have the artificial intelligence, my personal assistant? And how can I find it in Hexfit, which is my daily software, of course, to follow up my clients? Can you show us?
Yeah, for sure. And I think there it's really that we want to use the up here. We want to use some AI, and Hexfit, we are always adding more and more everywhere, more tools that make you save time. This is where we are, and this is what we want to do on a daily basis. So we have multiple projects since a long time that we are like managing and that we are moving forward. There's one specifically that has arrived really quickly recently because of ChatGPT for sure. So I will try to picture a little bit where Hexfit is right now with AI, what we're able to do, how we accelerate this work, and maybe where we are going next with this. So right now we have the Today tab, and the Today tab is the most important one in Hexfit. This is where we want to show you everything that is happening in your file with your clients. And the idea behind Hexfit is to say, how can I have 50, 60, 100 clients, and Hexfit is allowing me to track them like if I only have one. This is every time what we think at Hexfit. And so the Today tab is where Hexfit will show you this client did that, or this client need attention for this reason. So right now I can see quickly like that Nancy Drew, one of my clients, left you a message on his program. And so I can click on it and I will have automatically the result of her training. But I will also have a message that has been made automatically by AI. I can see it, I can edit it, and I can send it. And the message is smart. The message will take in consideration the training that she did in this case. So if my client succeeded only 50% of it, or if it's this first activity in the last 2 weeks, the software will say it. So the message will say, attention, caution, your client it's his first training, or he succeeded at 50%. And so the message will be adapted to that. So the idea here is to win a bunch of time. Same thing for birthdays. So when is the birthday of your client, you need to write him something to keep the touch, to keep the contact, and you will see a message automatically made there. Everywhere in Hexfit, you see blue, and with this little cyclops, like little hexagon, it's our AI. Okay, so we have added it there. That was one of the biggest updates of AI we added in Hexfit. That is allowing you to win a lot of time and to write to your client more systematically, because we know the importance of it. Then we are moving to more notification in the Today tab. So soon, pretty much soon, you will see more notification arriving in the Today tab. More notification based on our studies about how people and why people are unsubscribing or leaving you or demotivated. So you will receive like an automatic message when needed for a training, you need to follow up with it. Okay, so we have created those kind of automation, and you will see them appear automatically in the dashboard. But we are also adding Apple Watch, Google Fit, Garmin, a lot more watches. So we are already connected to a bunch of them, but we are adding even more right now. And with those, in parallel of those new watches we are adding, we're actually developing a model to analyze demotivation. So the goal there is to be able to alert you about the demotivation of your client before your client is demotivated. And there's clear sign of demotivation based on just the sleep and the amount of steps you are doing in a day. So we are able to see that, and we will be able to alert you before and to pre-program you a message to send to your client.
And that's very interesting, because
what do you think about that?
When a client is losing motivation, he doesn't think about calling his coach to say, hey, I think I don't have much energy those days. Can you help? So that's a way for you to know that even if your client is not there, even if you don't see him every week, then you will know you have to talk to him and what happens in his life. And so you see, regarding all the data that we will be in Hexfit, actually, because linked to all the watches, think about all that data, and you can dream around it a bit. And even if you think about functionalities that could make the best assistant ever regarding given data, then you can suggest it to Hexfit team, and you have Étienne here ready to listen.
Exactly, clearly. We are even adding and thinking about adding, like we are doing some testing in turn of how can we create a training automatically. So the goal here is not to replace the trainer or the kinesiologist or the practitioner or the nutritionist. We believe in them a lot and in their touch, but it's to win the time. So if we are able with Hexfit to generate a training program in less than a second, based on everything you said, and then you just need to adapt it to modify some stuff, some little things, we are giving you a lot of save time that you will be able to put into human touch, into following up, into relationship. And so this will be clearly something that will appear this year of how we create automatic program that then you can just edit, tweak, and publish to your client.
That you will for sure edit depending on every person, because you will always have stuff to edit. But still, you start with the base. 80% of your program would be ready, and you just have to, don't have to create it from scratch.
Winning a lot of time.
Yeah, amazing.
Exactly. And that's the idea. So we have multiple projects going on for helping you. Right now, those are the fourth one that I think I can talk about today. You already have one that is the training, the message based on the activity made by your client. So you can already go test it. And it's pretty much simple. Create a first training and attribute it to a client. Publish it so your clients see the training on his side. And then when you will do it, automatically, you have nothing to do. You will see the message automatically made by it.
So that's the start of the AI by your side. And we have a lot of other ideas, as Étienne said. So it's just the start. You can try it right away. Actually, I put you there the free trial link to be able to create your account, free account in Hexfit and try that feature. And then, we'll show you in the next weeks what will be coming up and all the ideas that you will share with us. So we'll meet again in the near future.
Yeah. Really. Clearly, and we will keep you in touch. But so look to everything. Look to your emails. We're writing you by there. Look to our webinar. English webinar will be more often in this new year. So we will keep you in touch a lot with all of the updates we're doing. We are going fast, and we are adding a bunch of new features. So stay in touch for.
And I don't know if you know, but we have on Instagram Hexfit Trends actually account. So follow us on that. We try to share as many information as we can to give you more ideas and insights about the trends coming. So we can meet there also. Instagram, even the English side, we're behind it, and we'll be happy to read your messages.